Hello, I'm playing Aether and Iron. Now I'm prepared to recruit Sophie. Yes, so let's just go out.
Dreamland is a winding jumble of golden bands of light, its islands thrown together like an overflowing jewelry box. As I come out a tunnel, yellow and black shadows dive into my rear view.
Hey sis, can you do us a solid?
Depends on the ask.
See Lucy over here? She just graduated, so we're taking her out to celebrate. Gotta help her earn her stripes now that she's running with the big girls. You look like you can take a hit. Mind if she wails on you a bit?
I'll drive you off the road if you try.
Oh, goody! Come on, Lucy.
I just want to push this enemy into here.
That was too close for comfort. This place is falling apart, fast.
This shop is inaccessible. Okay, let's just repair my cars. Oh, now I can buy items here. And I like these items. And I wanna sell this item for now. I think I have 2 of them already in my stash. I can check what's in my stash. Yes, I have 2 improved pistol in my stash. So this item is nothing special now. And I wanted to buy sniper rifle. From Killmeyer's place, but they give more APs. And this one is AoE heal. shall I buy among these two items? This one is cheaper. Yes, I buy cheaper one. Now I have more APs. Shall I sell this one for now? I have efficient repulsors. Two of them. One is here and the other is here. And in Cress's flatbed, I have better one. 4 AP repulsor. So I'd like to keep this one for now, but I think I'll have better repulsors quite soon, and selling this repulsor will empty my storage. I cannot move to my stash in the hole, so I like to just empty my storage for now. Okay, and yes, this will be okay. Then let's move on.
Pandemonium is the beating heart of human desire in the lowers. But while it promises the world, it'll take even more in return. Hopefully, Sophie's help doesn't come with the same set of strings.
Gia, I'ma go stay with the cars. I'll meet you when you're done.
Why? Sophie's the one who wanted to meet.
She wants to meet you. I know all about Dreamland. They don't like rats on their marble floors. I walk in with you. They'll throw you out on your ass right next to mine.
I glance at the security guards by the door, already watching us intently. Their fiery eyes clash against Cress's watery blues. All right, sit tight. I'll be back soon.
Be careful, Gia. You can't trust those sparkly vultures.
The fountains outside Pandemonium are a gaudy display. In a place like the Lowers, where ordinary people struggle to get clean water, these spew torrents of the stuff over a pool of filthy coins. A bright spot catches my eye and my hands dart into the water, emerging with a sparkling diamond engagement ring. I'm guessing this fountain didn't bring the wearer the luck they were hoping for. I slide the diamond into my pocket. If finding a penny brings good fortune, picking a diamond out of a fountain must mean Lady Luck owes me a favor. The fountain's flush with enough coin to tempt any slots addict into taking a dip. I watch a twitchy-handed woman gaze longingly at its waters, under the security's watchful eye. Zio used to say, scrimp and save every advantage you can get for a rainy day. I rub a coin for luck and add it to the pool of spent wishes.
Oh my, 68. I wish I could be as active as Marm at that age. Did you know she still makes all her weekly appearances? Why, I hear she'll be present at the...
Hello, my friend. Test your hands in a game of nimbleness and daring. The name of the game is Snapdragon. All you gotta do is snatch a raisin from the jaws of the flaming brandy, and you win a prize.
What the hell? Deal me in. The dealer lights the glass. Blue and orange flames leap along the brim, but its looks are scarier than its bite. The flames only lick my palms as I pull free a warm and slightly sweetened raisin.
Congratulations! Say, you seem like a bold lady. If you liked that, there's plenty more coming, courtesy of Soap Jackson.
Soap? Marm knows someone else is running a racket on her doorstep?
No, Soap would never. She invited him to host her birthday bash, and it's not a Soap Jackson party if everyone's not having a ring-a-ding time.
Nice.
Bright lights, loud sounds, potent smells. Pandemonium is as much a fortress as it is a casino, surviving even the fire that charred it to the bone. Marm simply rebuilt it, as big and gaudy as ever. It's a siren call to every sucker, but I don't make it 3 steps forward before I'm accosted.
Miss Giovanna, Miss Sulzer sends her warmest welcome. She's expecting you at her personal table on the 2nd floor.
Thanks, pal. I'll head up in a sec.
Oh, before you proceed upstairs, Miss Giovanna, we're accepting presents from Magdalene Weiss to celebrate her birthday. A gift is highly encouraged if one intends to use our facilities.
Not even the concierge's stone-cut face can hide the faintest ugly crack as he looks me over. But I've dealt with harder stiffs at the glass cage. I'll see what I can rustle up on short notice. Crowds of somebodies loiter about, decked out in their finest for a chance to lose their shirts. Dreamland takes in every bored thrill seeker, but Pandemonium gets the deepest pockets.
Oh, come on! Only VIP holders get to play the tables on Mom's birthday. You don't even want your pet!
Pandemonium's guards play 2 faces, hospitality and pest control. A goon flashes compensation vouchers at a table while his partner marches off a rowdy schmuck towards a closed door. The light past the doorway is blotted out by a hulking shadow. The gorilla crosses his arms, nodding at a nearby basket.
Paying patrons only.
This about the birthday gift? I cleared it with Soph. She said to bring my gift later. He weighs my story like he's checking the heft of a club. Marm's getting all kinds of valuables. That dinosaur skeleton wasn't just dragged through the door and dropped in a basket either, right? Apparently it's good enough. He steps aside.
Oh,
Are you trying to insult me, Miss Sulzer?
I wanna try. Other objects.
Bright lights, loud sounds, potent smells. Pandemonium is as much a fortress as it is a casino. Surviving even it's a siren call to every sucker.
Miss Giovanna? Miss Sulzer sends her warmest welcome.
Thanks, pal. I'll head up in a sec.
Oh, before you proceed upstairs, Miss Giovanna, we're accepting presents from...
Not even the concierge's stone-cut face. I'll see what I can rustle up on shore. Crowds of somebodies loiter about, decked out in their finest for a chance to lose their shirts. Dreamland takes in every bored thrill seeker, but Pandemonium gets the deepest pockets. Pandemonium's guards play two faces, hospitality and pest control. A goon flashes compensation vouchers at a table while his partner marches off a rowdy schmuck towards a closed door.
Oh, come on! Only VIP holders get to play the tables on Mom's birthday. You don't even want your pet!
The effigy of Magdalene Marm Weiss graces me with her life story on a golden plaque. Orphan to barren. Not a line dedicated to any of the dark deeds done to get there, though. The closer I get, the itchier my palms. There are more trophies and firepower here than in a dragon's hoard. Watchful eyes from security guards and curious glances from guests follow me up. Whoever I am, if I can visit Pandemonium, I've got to be someone who can afford the birthday tax.
Okay. So I can pass this check.
I grind my teeth and heel turn from a mountain of expectation. I'm not celebrating anyone's health while they shake me down.
Or... Oh, what's this?
The players are gone, leaving the dealer to compete against a pool of bourbon. While he beats back the stain, no one's left to guard the black and gold jacket.
So I can disguise.
The light past the doorway is blotted out by a hulking shadow. The gorilla crosses his...
Paying patrons only.
And I failed this time.
This about the birthday gift? I cleared it with Soph. She said to bring my gift later. He weighs my story like he's checking the heft of a club. Marm's getting all kinds of valuables. That dinosaur skeleton wasn't just dragged through the door and dropped in a basket either, right? Apparently it's good enough. He steps aside.
Are you trying to insult me, Miss Sulzer?
A manila folder slaps the table like a white glove. The challenger locks eyes with the woman across from him, daring her to flinch or draw.
I've been doing business with Marm since before you could even stand up to her skirts. I've built half the streets you walk on, and you repay me by showing me this garbage.
We have other properties, of course. However, this offer is not an insult. Think of it as a token of Marm's esteem. A chance to get ahead of a gold rush. This property is awful, and some competitors have already backed out. What they've overlooked is that this is non-dock land. We're unable to add new islands to it, so we intend to add a beach.
A beach, eh? My wife and I recently visited one of the Uppers beaches to get away from the Coney Island mobs. But you know Uppers folk. They quibble about social propriety, but we can't here.
How can I interact to these people? No? Let's just talk to Sophie.
You seem quite passionate. How would you see a beach, then, for honest locals like us? Not the tourists. Giovanna! It's been an age!
She beams at me with a swell of sentimentality. Before I can process it, she rises and sweeps me into a hug like we're long-lost sisters.
Oh, I'm so happy to see you. But I'm afraid you're early. I told you, open bidding for Steeple Boardwalk doesn't begin until tomorrow.
What? She's bidding too.
She is. Giovanna's new money. A change of pace from the usual competitors. What was it you wanted the boardwalk for again? You made it sound quite ambitious.
What is frivolous? Frivolous means of little weight or importance, having no sound basis, lacking in seriousness, marked by unbecoming levity, so this guy wants this boardwalk in the auction, and if I say I'll do something frivolous with it, he will want this item more, and that will help Sophie, I think.
Yeah. I was thinking of an ice cream shack and some beach contests.
An ice cream shack? Well, Miss Seltzer, as there doesn't seem to be a rush, I'd like us to hold off until my people finish an assessment. I'll be in touch.
He leaves the table with a victorious smile and a smug hum. She turns on me, smile gone faster than an unmoored boat in a hurricane.
Giovanna, darling. Haven't you ever heard of using competition to scare up commitment? Now he'll drag his heels for another week and find some excuse to lower the bid.
Okay, if you think so.
What's a week to you? You're not hurting for dough.
It's not always about the money. Sometimes it's about making a heel sweat, while you make them pay for their poor behavior.
And when he finds out it's not what you sold him on?
People who spend that kind of money never want to believe they've made a bad deal. He'll find every way to justify it to himself with barely a word from me.
She hooks my arm in hers and leads me to the table. Along the way, I spot her enforcer by the stairs, and black and gold-clad staff milling about the floor. Not worried about eavesdroppers?
This is my table, which makes it the house's table. Anyone who's fond of their ears will give us privacy, or learn to live without one.
All right, enough of the pleasantries. Apollo said you'd know how to get into Marm's vault.
Yes, I'm sure our tall, dark, and fiery-tempered friend has told you all about me. But I've never met you.
That's my line. You're Marm's right-hand woman. How do I know you aren't looking to double-cross us and get a free ticket to the top?
Because, quite simply, there are far less complicated ways to destroy the underground and take my place in Dreamland than a Machiavellian heist.
She gathers the cards, shuffling them as easily as she breathed.
Do you play Kill the King?
I've played a few rounds. Why?
Just a friendly game. You can learn a lot about a person from how they play.
And what's this friendly game going to cost?
How about a secret? Losers share something they've never told anyone else. We deal in a lot of currencies in Dreamland, but few are as valuable as information.
What rules are we using?
Crown reversal, to keep things simple. Every round, we pick a card to duel. Queen beats king, jack beats queen. Numbers that add up to 10 or more beat jack. And aces beat everyone except the king. First woman to 10 wins.
You said you learn a lot about someone from how they play.
You see, an aggressive player might be risk-friendly, while a defensive player only makes safe deals. The most pleasant person might have a horrible temper while under stress. Or they simply prefer number cards, like me.
Deal me in. She gives me a smile and a hand of 5. I hide the wince in my gut. It's a shaky hand. We trade blows across a polished table. King versus king. Numbers versus queen. Numbers versus numbers.
I thought Eli's killer would be a little taller.
Same to you. Apollo said he had a mole. Wasn't expecting Marm's second. She kills my ace with a king and a swift flip of her hand. For second, I'm back at Pier 6 with Tiana, as she makes a razor-sharp line through her books. They're cuts from the same silky cloth.
You know, I played Mr. Valentine in that very chair. He was Mom's favorite gentleman criminal and excellent at cards.
Excellent at getting himself shot, too.
But the madrigals weren't to your taste? I hear they made out quite well after a run-in with 8 shots. So well, they've stopped taking work from us to focus on a new venture.
Jack of spades. Sophie gracefully hands me a queen. What's your angle? You aren't just Marm's second, you saved her life.
You sound suspicious.
Because it doesn't add up. A fire nearly takes Marm out with her casino. They don't catch the culprit, but they see you pulling Marm to safety. A few weeks later, she names you her heir. We slide our cards forward, locking edges. From where I'm standing, you're either throwing away a comfy life, or you're planning an upgrade.
Oh, which one I want is no secret. I want what the Underground wants.
Her card scratches my glove as we flip. Ace takes numbers. Her 7 and 10 mob my jack. I watch her fingers worry along the edges of a card. 1 jack's left. How many aces and kings? I self-corrected. Is that meant to be 1's jacks left?
Your history. Valentine Eli. I wonder, what does 8-Shot Randazzo want with Dreamland? Are you looking to add another Baron to your dashboard?
Look, Sophie. Do I look like a bloodthirsty sadist to you? I'm a smuggler. I'm not here for some vendetta. I'm just a gal looking to get paid. I take a chance on King of Clubs. She clubs me with a queen. A 7 and a 4. I take her jack and add a point to my pile. You want to trade reps? Let's start with yours. The Benedict Casino, the Juno Silk Heist, the disappearance of Dropper Brody. Any of that true?
Now. No one's ever proven that Dropper and I have even been in the same room.
Ace and King of Hearts. I hand her my ace. We continue firing cards at each other. Sophie shoots down my card and the next, building a tidy sum of points on her side of the table. A few more hands like this and she'll sweep. Zio Alfonso never played an honest game in his life, and I watch Sophie's hands and fur-trimmed sleeves for any of his old tricks. Nothing.
Do I have a stain on my coat?
No. Must have been seeing things. To both our lack of surprise, the next hand is hers. I play to the end anyway, even when I throw out my king to get slaughtered by Sophie's queen.
Well done, Giovanna. Now about my pride.
Fine. What do you want to know?
I want to know a side of 8-Shot Randazzo that no one else knows. Tell me about a smuggling job, a never-heard-before tale.
I did my first moonshine run when I was 18 or 19. My Zio hadn't brought me into the business yet, but I wanted to prove myself. I was too green, didn't know who was friendly and who'd knife the competition. I barely got out with my skin attached. When Zio showed me the rum line, I pretended it was all new.
Of course you did. When you respect someone, disappointing them will gut you harder than a knife. Are those people still in business?
One skipped town. The other 2 got themselves bumped off. Anyway, if you're satisfied, maybe we can talk about the job. Starting with how we're getting to the vault.
Of course. We'll need information. Fortunately, everything we need is right below.
She waves a gloved hand over the railing, directing my gaze to the bustle below. No wonder she'd seen me coming. The whole floor's laid bare like pieces on a chessboard.
No one cares if you gawk. Everyone knows the house is always watching.
The view's dizzying. 1,000 sounds and images and characters play out. But before I can pick which one to follow, something snuffs them out. Hushed silence steals through pandemonium, like a reaper through a dying town. Sophie, what's going on?
The queen of the house. You've arrived just in time to see how she works.
Who's handling Marm's loot?
Matsi Brothers Moving Company. A local group. Marm has an exclusive contract with them to move items from the hall to the vault. One of the very few people allowed to lay even a finger on her wealth without a trip to the underline.
The cart's barely enough to make a molehole in Marm's hoard. How are we going to clear out the whole vault? Every one of Marm's goons is wearing iron and muscle under pressed suits, but none of them make crowds part faster than the Dreamland doe walking the floor. I thought Pandemonium was yours.
It's Marm's. I simply manage it for her. She owns everything in Pandemonium, including every dear heart on payroll.
2 armies hired by cash and devotion. We're not leaving with Marm's money without a fight. Part poisonous viper, part soothing vixen, Magdalene Weiss is an ancient dragon in the lowers. Beauty, elegance, and deadliness hold her above her age and the masses.
Hello, my darling guests. I trust you are all enjoying your stay. I walked through these halls, and do you know what I saw? Full pockets, smiles, eager for the chase, and then the rest of you.
The aged Baron's laugh is a silky rumble vibrating off cavernous walls.
Now, I ask you to pause your games for a little diversion. A game between myself and one of my beloved dolls. Elizabeth, say hello.
The young woman on the platform waves as she enters the arena. Sharp uniform, polished goggles, muscles raring for a fight. She jabs a finger at some sap at the slot machines.
Hey, you with the gross tie! Get your greasy paws off the level while Mom's talking. This is a prime entertainment.
Wow. Very rude.
Ah, you see how protective she is, and so confident. Some of you must already be familiar with her achievements. The Dreamland Hippodrome, the Schuster Cup, and of course, the surprise conquest of Belmont Castle.
It's a moment out of a greeting card. The elderly Baron's hand on her adopted daughter's shoulder. An indulgent smile on her face, but the borders are dark. Lizzie's shoulders tighten as she takes her seat. These card shows happen often? Or this a special occasion?
Both. You see, we all get a turn in that chair. It's about quality time with Marm and showing off to her guests, but Lizzie's in the hot seat. Castles was supposed to become another lieutenant's territory until Lizzie took it. And now Marm's in one of her moods.
What? She's mad the wrong doe took it? What does it matter who gets the job done? It's still Dreamland's banners going up.
The problem, Giovanna, is that Lizzie didn't get permission. Marm will call it triumph in the headlines, but she'll never allow Lizzie to get away with overstepping her. It sets a bad precedent.
Who would you put money on?
Are you asking me for a bet?
I couldn't afford your rate. I just want to know if your sister's got a shot.
Then I'll do you a favor and spare your wallet. No, not in the slightest.
The slow draw of cards. The Sato voices calling their bets. The friendly facade splits into bloodshed with their opening hands. First hand, Lizzie throws a valiant play. Marm slaps it down with ease. Second hand, Lizzie tries another angle. Marm cuts her off, carving through Lizzie's chips and pride. The doe's more prey than knight. By the fifth hand, her hands weaken, from bold to timid. Fingers dance between cards indecisively. I can feel her desire to retreat from here.
Call or fold, girl?
Call.
I tear my eyes off them. I didn't come here to watch a beating. Sophie said the intel we need is below. All I gotta do is find it. Every patron holds their breath, but there's not a quiver of fear. Their ghoulish smiles spread, mouths slavering in anticipation. The crowd's a sea of bloodlust. I break them into individual numbers in my head. Too many bodies break between us, the vault and the exit. Pandemonium got any slow days?
It's near Marm's birthday, so no. The celebration is a weeks-long affair. We have tourists coming in from all over the world, and it's only going to get busier the closer we are to the big day.
So, we need to find a way to get them out of the way. The hall holds its breath for the final blow. A full house coming down on a meager high card.
Over already? My, what a game! Don't you agree, Elizabeth?
Sure was. You were amazing, Marm.
The crowd applauds, taken in by the heartwarming display. The bustle returns to the hall. Tables fill with smiles and vices, but Marm and Lizzie remain on the platform. Baron Magdalene Weiss turns her razor-sharp gaze towards the balcony. I'm caught, staring down the maw of the beast, but I'm not the intended target.
Excuse me, Giovanna. I need to see what Marm wants.
Think she's on to us?
I doubt it. If anyone checks my appointments, all they should see is I was meeting an old friend of no importance. On that note, please avoid drawing attention until I'm back.
She disappears with the flutter of her cape. Despite what she says, my eyes follow her down to the ground floor. Maybe I should listen in. If information's currency, I need every bit I can get. My silent steps follow Sophie's trail and come out near a stairwell. Nearby crowds have scattered, but Sophie smooths her cloak of armor and walks into the den.
Marm! Lizzie! Excellent game as always. Can I tempt either of you into a drink at the bar? On me, of course. Frida's developed a delicious new cocktail that does wonders as a refresher.
Ah, Sophia, you are too kind. How is someone to grow without constructive criticism, You watched our game. What did you think of Elizabeth's play towards the fifth hand?
I strain my ears and catch something that doesn't belong. I scramble back into the doorway, seconds before Doe and her lightly clacking heels pass by.
Well, Lizzie, simply put, you weren't aggressive enough.
Weren't aggressive enough? Are you going blind?
My eyes were quite well, which is why I saw what most of the hall did. You second-guessing your cards. You knew the rules of the day. You were told to sell a complete loss, but you nearly blew the show over a moment of ego.
Fantastic! You see? Even Sophia sees it. Oh, but don't look so sour. There's always room for improvement. Next time, you will not hesitate to follow the rules, yes?
No, Mom. It won't happen again.
Her face is hot enough to tint her goggle lenses red. She spits fire at the only target she has.
Thanks a lot, Princess.
She races off, slamming the doors behind her. It could have been an act of rage or a cry for help, but Marm's already dismissed her for her other daughter. All it takes is a gesture, and Sophie lends Marm her ear. All it takes are whispered words, and Sophie's whole body becomes a frozen lake. I'm left to wonder as I hurry back to my seat. A few minutes later, Sophie returns. Despite her calm face, her movements are choppy. Looked serious down there. What did Marm want?
Patrol, and it can't wait.
Sophie, you can't just take off. We weren't done talking.
Well, hurry up then. We'll chat on the road. Think of it as a guided tour.
Okay, another level up. And this time, I learned these talents in my next video. So, see you next time.